Hey guys, what's up? My name is Ben. We're gonna be trying out a new format for our YouTube audience, and this week's topic is going to be lighting in a volume. This topic has come highly requested, so we're excited to finally bring it to you guys. Now, whenever you're lighting inside of a volume, it's very tempting to just want to throw up a big white light card in the volume and just call it a day. But that is not the best idea
unless you're going for a super stylized look.
And we went over this in great detail if you guys remember from our color science episode, so we'll drop a link for that down in the description below. But if you have not, just quickly covering it, basically these white LEDs are made for display purposes, so even if it looks white on the wall, it's actually just a very specific mixture of red, green, and blue to look white, but it doesn't contain the full visible spectrum of light, so therefore whenever it bounces off of objects, it can create very undesirable colors. A lot of times on camera, if you use white light from a display like this, and you blast it onto a subject, their skin will look pink. And so this is just something to keep in mind. This is why you want to bring in your own lights. So like right now, I'm just using an Aperture 600D with a softbox, but you definitely want to make sure that you have it off to the side and you are not illuminating the pixels. So what happens is, you have these black shaders that exist in between all the LED pixels, and sometimes even the LED themselves, the glass itself, can actually pick up some of this light. And so if you point the light directly at your wall, it can lift your black levels and it can kind of wash out some of the colors on the wall as well, and it will make your wall seem very flat. It adds a layer of separation between your subject and your background, but not in a good way. So you want to make sure that your contrast ratios are very, very similar. And the way that you can do this, I learned this tip from my good friend Ian Fursa, is to grab a false color monitor and make sure that the shadowy areas in your wall match the shadowy areas in your subject, the highlighted areas in your wall match the highlighted areas on your subject, etc. So basically you have, whenever you're exposing, you have an IRE value, and you want to make sure that, again, the blacks and the shadows, midtones, highlights, and whites, they're all kind of hitting at the same level. You want the contrast ratio between your subject and your wall to be very, very similar. This will kind of help blend everything together and help kind of sell the illusion. And so it's very rewarding when you get it right. It can be a little tricky. We typically recommend that you just put a headset on, you talk to our operators, and you just help dial in the colors. Look at your monitor it with the LUT that you're going to be using, or make sure that you're looking at it in a Rec 709 color space, something that's as close to delivery as possible. This is going to help you really make sure that you're dialing in the lighting the way that you want, and just keep an eye out for any light that's spilling onto your panels, because it will lift those black levels. So make sure that you're flagging off your lights, you're using grids, anything to help really control the lighting in your scene will go a long way. So you can see kind of these lines right here. These are all the different folds on the panels. So if your light is spilling directly onto the wall, it will kind of illuminate those creases and again break the illusion. And this is something that you do not want. I know that I said this is gonna be a minute, but this is actually kind of like an important topic, something that I know a little bit more about now. And so I just wanted to make sure that I gave you guys as much information as possible. All right, that's all I have for you guys today. You know what to do. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, like this video, leave us a comment down below. Let us know if you learned something, if I breezed over anything, you want us to cover it in more detail, or if there's someone internally within the company that you would like me to interview, let me know, and I will get them on camera. If you guys aren't already, make sure you follow us on Instagram, Twitter, all the social channels. Check us out on Facebook, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.